Hi, and happy Saturday to everyone. I'm so glad to be on today. I didn't think I would, but I tell you, yesterday afternoon, probably, I know it had to have been maybe 2, 3 o'clock. I was on YouTube as usual, and I came across a wonderful review that I want to just share with you all. I'm trying to adjust some things on my screen and make sure that we're doing where we need to be right now. So, welcome. I'm going to give my review regarding Tanner Leatherstein's um, take on the all weather leather from Dooney and Burke, AWL for short. Um, I have, of course, been a fan of all weather leather all my life. Not all my life, but the majority of my life, primarily because of the very first Dooney that I had in my care. I was gifted this wonderful all weather leather bag. And when I tell you this bag has been in my possession now, this year, I thought about it. This year marks 30 years with this bag. I kid you not. And I still have it, of course. And it has really gone through some things. And I just love this bag. This is my Kelty crossbody. And for a 16-year-old, it was just all that I needed. And really didn't know this is what I needed. But this is the bag that really got me going with all weather leather. And all weather leather is primarily pebbled grain or pebbled leather. And it is to repel water. So that's the difference or the meaning behind all weather leather. Okay. And so with this being something that was purchased back in 1994, and here we are in 2024, it didn't dawn on me until I thought about it yesterday, like I really have had this bag the majority of my life. And so I was very intrigued with his review regarding the 3.0 all weather leather by Dooney and Burke. I've only purchased one of those items, and this is the crossbody. And I love this for a variety of reasons. One, the color, as well as the size of the bag, the strap. And for me, this bag, definitely being all weather leather, has come a long way in comparison to this one. I would like to say this is probably a part of the 1.0 all weather leather. When you look at how the pebbling, and turn this on the back. If you look at the pebbling on both of these bags, there has definitely been an upgrade. This is, I believe, Dooney and Burke's signature leathers, pebble grain, all weather leather. And I realized during my live with DD Bean on Thursday that the majority of my bags in my collection happen to be pebble grain. I just gravitate towards that. I think that pebble grain really holds great coloring. I think that you could do so many versatile things with pebble grain bag. And because you can really go through a whole lot with that bag, and it's rarely going to truly just mess up, in my opinion. But I truly believe Tanner's review definitely set the tone and encourages what we already know about Dooney and Burke. So without further delay, I am going to play his video here, and we're just going to discuss it. I want you all to drop some comments in the chat. Hey, Anita's favorite. Hey, how you doing? I really want to review this video with you all because I just believe that this is a wonderful review. And this is not the first time. If you know anything about Tanner Leatherstein, you know that he reviews luxury bags, anything dealing with leather. And it doesn't necessarily have to be solely luxury bags or handbags. He has a podcast where he talks about various leathers, whether it be in vehicles. He'll bring in guests, and then overall, his platform is that he um, deconstructs any of the bags that he purchases, or if it's gifted to him. I don't even know where they all come from. Anyway, he gets his hands on the bag and he does a very thorough review, a thorough review that I would never do because I don't want to deconstruct the bag. I just do not. I do not. I don't have it in my heart to do. But I look to him from time to time to just give that thorough, in-depth review about leathers, about the craftsmanship, about really, is it worth the money? So you all go ahead and make sure that you tune into his channel because I love it. I really do. I have shed a tear a couple of times, and it's not just with Dooney and Bourke, but just watching all of this happen. And I think even with one of his videos, he kind of encouraged me a little bit with Coach because I'm skeptical about Coach. But let's go ahead and dive into this video.
Made with all-weather leather. Right before I tortured the crap out of it to see if it is really what it sounds like it is.
And he uses the term torture. And when I tell you he did just that, oh my goodness, he definitely tortured the bag.
Dooney and Bourke markets this signature material as a waterproof, cutting-edge leather they developed over the years. There are waterproof leathers in the market, but this sounded like a special one which will resist more than just water, as the name suggests. So I wanted to take this bag for a wild ride to see how it would hold up to a variety of ridiculous tortures.
And he's right about that. This was really, truly ridiculous. I do believe this was well thought out. Kudos to Tanner for really just diving in and giving a great play-by-play of how much this bag can endure.
This is by far the longest time I have spent testing a bag for a review video, going over a week, spreading through amateurly and artificially created 4 seasons. My initial idea was to leave the bag under the rain, then dry it under the sun, then expose it to snow to get soaked again and do another long hours under scorching sun. This process is an absolute recipe to ruin a regular leather bag, as
he's right about that, because what I was thinking about is just some of the bags that I've come across from secondhand stores, whether it be Goodwill or what have you, and just seeing a bag and just in the absolute most terrible condition. I don't have the willpower to purchase a bag that has been to hell and back. There are some wonderful YouTubers that will get that bag, love on it, and restore it to maybe not the highest pristine condition, but definitely to the point where it doesn't look like it once did.
leather don't like water, direct sun, and worst of all, the ice water. In theory, my torture should get this bag out of shape beyond repair. But I'm curious how much of this all-weather leatherness will protect it from my evil plans.
That was funny to me. When he did that, it was just like, oh no, what are you going to do to this bag? No, don't do it. This next segment I do find rather shocking. It's shocking, one, maybe because I don't look at magazines the way that I used to. But there is a heavy marketing campaign that's happening with Dooney and Bourke. If you are on social media, whether it be Facebook, I think primarily Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you will see their commercials that start to pop up. You will see their advertisements, and I did not see that a lot probably 5-10 years ago. And so I'm just loving how they are marketing. But to see what he's actually diving into next, let me just be quiet. Y'all watch it.
Project made into my calendar as I was leafing through the Vogue magazine. I noticed a brand that is somewhat unusual in the first few pages of Vogue. Usually I see Louis Vuitton, Dior, Prada occupying these most expensive ad spaces. Dooney and Bourke was an outlier and got my attention. That triggered me to go to their website. But my high expectations lost serious altitude as soon as I saw this Wheel of Fortune gimmick on their website.
Look, y'all, I love Dooney. I think most of us do. But when I tell you I agree with him on this, I just can't stand this wheel. I think if I log in to my account, I don't need to see this wheel. I'm here. I don't need it. I don't need it. But I understand marketing. I truly do, because there's hundreds of thousands of people that have yet to explore Dooney and Burke. And if this is a way to gravitate them in, so be it. Maybe they should up the percentage. Maybe that is the basis of what you can offer. But this wheel is just like, okay, really? Really?
Come on, from Vogue magazine to this? Let's give it a spin anyways. Damn it. For some reason, it's always 10% off.
Yes. Unless you just really like to do the spinning of the wheel, yeah, it's pretty much gonna be that.
I noticed this all-weather leather they talk about proudly and got this crossbody 22 made with it. Partially because it reminded me the Hermes Evelyn, a $4,000 bag that I wanted to review before but failed for various reasons in the past. Plus, this bag had an attractive price of $279, so I jumped into it to see if it is really as good as the brand brags about it. I received the bag a few days later and I was quite underimpressed with.
Wait a minute. And I didn't notice that before. Let me go back just a smidge. Okay, here. I don't know who he ordered this bag from, but I have never received a Dooney and Burke box like this. Anybody in the chat can enlighten me about this, because I don't have a clue. This was just, I don't know. I really don't know. I need some verification.
A few days later, and I was quite underimpressed with the plastic bag it came in with.
We all are. We're not. I'm not happy with the presentation of my bag, my handbag, my expensive handbag, just wrapped up in plastic like that. I've seen Coach unboxings. I've seen Michael Kors unboxings. I can't recall others, but I've seen way better presentation of the packaging, just a whole lot better. QVC is the worst. They are the absolute worst. At one point, Dooney used to kind of cushion the bag in the box where it wouldn't move and do all of that. But yeah, I agree with him on that. Now, this next part is funny.
A super cheap dust bag. You know, a lot of $50 Amazon bags we bought came with a lot better dust bags and packaging.
I really do wish that they would convert from this particular dust bag to the linen one that they have. I think that one is just better on your bag. There's no potential. I think there's no potential for it to bleed onto your bag. Of course, Dooney will only put that bag, particular dust bag, with a handbag, according to, I guess, the dye or the leather or what have you. You can't put that dust bag cover on a patent leather. Believe me, I learned the hard way. And you really shouldn't put that on a Florentine bag either, in my opinion. But I'm not crazy about the dust bag.
It really didn't match my expectation set by the advertising I saw on Vogue. I wanted to start my tests, but the main issue was finding a rainy day in Dallas in mid-June. So I had to improvise and make artificial rain to leave this bag under for about 20 minutes, which should be enough to soak a bag to the point of permanent damage. After 20 minutes of artificial rain, the bag looked like this. The bag is quite heavier than we started with. Definitely the leather and fabric soaked a good amount of water. So now I'm not going to squeeze it. I'll just get the extra water off and then let it continue to the torture under the Texas sun. Next was the easiest test in Dallas, and I left the poor guy under the sun for as long as it takes to dry it from the.
So if you're in the desert, if you're in Texas, yeah, that is the easiest part, because I'm pretty sure it was like probably close to 3 digits out there. But to see that poor bag go through that torture of all of that water, it really makes me wonder if Dooney and Burke puts their bags through the test like this. I would think that they do, because in order for you to really push and market a certain type of bag, you really need to test that out and not assume that this is what it can do for you, but or what it can withstand. So this right here, that water, but now it's gonna dry. Let's check that out.
Soaked state. After 4 hours left on the first day, I left the bag overnight, but it wasn't fully dried in the morning.
It's in impressive shape. I think it might actually did not get damaged as much as I expect.
In order to make the drying process even harsher, I placed the bag on the burning hood of my car and exposed it to high winds while driving.
This guy, he really is thinking this through, because I would have not have ever thought to put a bag on the hood of a vehicle in order for it to dry. I don't think like that.
It secures the bag on top of the car, coupled to strong magnets and some clamps. Hopefully it will stay there and get a little bit more dry. By the way, the car is insanely hot.
Yeah.
And it's gonna get hotter, so good luck, buddy.
Trust me, no leather
Oh, yeah.
likes this rapid drying conditions. My unusual bag placement got some attention as I was driving around my neighborhood.
Yes.
Just letting you know.
After an hour of highway driving, I have hung the bag under the open sun for another full day. Here and there I apply some additional tortures just for good measure and for fun. It took about 2 full days to get the bag completely dry. Next was applying some snow, and the only way to find snow in Dallas was to make it.
Now I know y'all saw that pop up. Hey, I get all kinds of mail, email, spam, pop ups, whatever. We ain't gonna worry about that. Now, with this next part, I'm like, why would you put ice on a bag? I just don't understand. But I do understand, because I need to see if it can really withstand all of this. This is crazy, y'all. This is really crazy. I just want to eat the ice.
I put a good amount of ice on the back panel of the bag and let it melt for about an hour. The ice water is worse than the rain on the leather because it is actually thinner and more penetrative, even if it's waterproofed. So if the rain didn't go deep enough in the leather, the melting ice will go as deep as possible to make an impact on this leather. Now most of the ice melt and soak the back panel. Then I left the bag under the sun one more time.
That sun is baking that bag. Can you bake a bag?
I realized a weird thing. For some reason, I'm enjoying this feeling of power over this poor bag. I don't know what this reveals about my personality. It took another 6 hours to dry, and now we can take a look at it and see what is the damage.
To my surprise, actually the main body, the blue leather part, which is the actual all-weather leather, held up pretty well. There is a slight deformation, but I fit so many heavy things inside when I was driving on top of the car. That's why it stretched, but the leather has same hand feel, same look.
I'm really shocked that this color came back after all of that wetness, after all of that water. I'm really, really shocked that it came back.
Same sheen, like matte gloss on it. The pebbling is the same. It's not overly dry and like tough, which a lot of leathers get after that much of soaking and sun drying. So this is insanely impressive actually how it held up. Now I'm actually curious, what is the secret behind this all-weather leather? What makes it held up this torture? So
I really want to know too.
well, so that's where we are leading into the next part of this video. We're gonna dissect it, take a look at the backside of the leather, do a couple more tests. We'll try to explain how this leather does really well with that much water exposure. So the only bad looking part of the bag is the back panel, but it was actually like this in the beginning.
Okay, I don't know if that bag was like that in the beginning And I don't know really what he means, because hopefully when he pulled it out of the package, it did not look like that. I truly don't believe it looked like that. I do believe that after the first drenching of the water, that's when it started to take this form. But I don't believe he received that bag in that way. I know when he showed it in the front of the bag, it did not look like that. So I can only assume that it did not look like this. But hey.
To my surprise, they cut this piece to the back panel, which is in the front face of the bag. This is a piece that needs to go to the trash. This is too loose part of the leather hide, which don't get cut normally into bags, especially to the visible areas. Let's get into it.
Oh no.
As we open the bag up, I see unclean interior parts, which is usually a typical sign of rushing workshops. That kind of explains me the price point a little bit. The bag on the outside looks good, made with great leathers, but in the internal details, they didn't have any time to clean the bag and they rushed through this process.
So does that happen often? Is that the reason why we see as many sales as we do? Could it be because of what is happening on the inside of the bag? Because look, when I get a bag, I'm not really concerned about the inside as much as I am the outside of the bag. So now I'm wondering, is this really why we purchase the bag? Because, or the bags go on sale the way that they do? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it really truly was damaged once he did all that what he did. Because like I said, that purse ended up baking in the sun. It really truly did. Would it affect the inside of it? I think it could. But then that would kind of take away from the all-weather leather piece to it. I don't know. It just makes me think.
While opening the bag, I found this assembled in Vietnam tag inside. For some reason, I was thinking this was made in Italy. I think it's due to very frequent mentions of Italian leathers and Italy in the website when I was buying this bag. It kind of gave me the idea that the bags were made in Italy, and I was very surprised how this piece was cut at the workshop in Italy and not thrown away. Now I'm kind of relieved actually a little bit, knowing that nobody in Italy would cut this piece in front face of a bag. Seems like water is not going in, it's on the surface. If it gets in it, the little...
I don't know why he needs to do any more with that, putting more water to it, but hey, it's passing the test.
It gets darker, so let's try to wipe it off. Yeah, it's now wet. The water has still water repellent qualities.
Awesome.
And we will remove the finish and see how it's gonna change. I applied acetone to remove the finish, and it's surprisingly little amount of finish on top of it. I was expecting a little bit more to accomplish that water repellency, but the finish is very tasteful, very minimal to accomplish the all-weather proofness, plus still allowing us this nice touch and feel of the natural leather grain. I
highly recommend that you go and watch other bags that he has dissected and destructed and all that kind of stuff, because when he puts that acetone to that, I have rarely seen the outcome such as with this. But he breaks it down. He lets you know the reasoning behind that, because it is important to see how much they're putting into keeping it, I guess, as closest to the leather versus all of the additional chemicals that you would add to get the outcome of the bag.
Dooney and Bourke.
Y'all, I started all over. Let's go back.
Where we are leading into the next actually a little bit. It's definitely a special recipe in the tannery, which remove the finish, and it's surprisingly little amount of finish on top of it. I was expecting a little bit more to accomplish that water repellency, but the finish is very tasteful, very minimal to accomplish the all-weather proofness, plus still allowing us this nice touch and feel of the natural leather grain. I'm actually very surprised with the leather in front of us here. It's definitely a special recipe in the tannery, which takes a lot of experience and years to master, to make a leather this water durable, water repellent, yet still feel natural. Now I can see why they talk proud.
Pop-ups happening. Hey, to everybody sending me all these text messages and stuff. I am very happy that he understood our love for Dooney and Burke, the pebble grain. I'm happy that he was able to really get down and understand that.
Exceptionally beautiful leather, but it's not water resistant, so that got darkened and water stained out of all this torture. And this crackling sound gives that charcoal feel with all the black residue without any green hues. That confirms this is a vegetable tan leather as claimed on the website. The hardware has a super thin plating on it. It goes away, the color goes away very quickly. I think it's on the lower end of the Zamak hardwares that I was expecting a lot better hardware selection from the brand actually.
The hardware has come a long way. I think, I don't know, I think that may just be the basis of it, because even when I look at my first bag, the hardware and just over 30 years of the finishing or the finish of the brass, but brass does that. I think if it is polished up, it would definitely look different. But the 3.0, I'm pretty sure that hardware is it's just different, because you have that 14 karat gold plating on it, I believe, or is it 24? I keep forgetting. Y'all cleared it up with me.
Given we have all the pieces in front of us, I wanted to make a quick cost estimate to check the price quality performance as we always do.
4 square foot of really good leathers used for this project. My leather estimate is about $27. Assembling a bag of this size and caliber, including hardware in Vietnam, is about $50. So the total cost of leather, hardware, and labor is $77 in my estimate. Given my estimate of $77 to make a bag of this sort, $279 price I paid for this bag seems very reasonable. It's less than 4 as the price multiplier, and it's very acceptable in my standards, especially given the quality of leathers used in this bag.
At the end, I love the specialty leathers applied on this craft with a very approachable pricing. Except the bad piece of leather cut on the back panel and some inconsistent branding practices like the weak packaging and the Wheel of Fortune on the website, I am very happy with the quality of the craft offered at this price point.
He said he is very happy, y'all. Hey, I can't knock it. I really can't knock it. I'm happy that he gets it. He truly gets it. Let's check it. Let me check out my comment. Yeah, that Wheel of Fortune gimmick. I like that. Have not bought an all-weather leather bag from D&B. I think you should try it. I think you should. He was doing the most, Anita. He truly was. The glue seeping onto the bag seems to be common with age. It is. I don't think that's a big deal. The question that I truly have, though, is the fact that he said that the inside of the bag was rushed, or it denotes that the fact, or the whole craftsmanship of it, or the crafting of the bag, the putting together of the bag was rushed based on the way that the interior wasn't cleaned. I was trying to remember what he said. He said it wasn't clean. I believe, Ingrid, that he has done the Florentine. I have to go back. I think that's when I first one of the first and only Doonies that I had seen him do before. I want to say he did do the Florentine. I'm gonna have to go back and look through, but definitely head to his channel, because I think he just does an awesome job with all of the bags. And yes, Dooney and Burke is a luxury bag. I think there's just different levels of luxury. It really truly is. But I thoroughly enjoyed his review. The torture of the bag, like he said, this was the longest that he had ever done that. He really wanted to test out what we say, or what Dooney and Burke markets, an all-weather leather bag. I think there are other brands that have all weather leather bags, but is that really the basis of their brand? I think this is the basis. This is what they stood on. They started out with. In 1981, um, they brought forth the all weather leather pieces. And yeah, I just think this is just awesome. And I think this was even more awesome because it leads to um, the longevity that Dooney and Burke has had. We're talking about knocking at 50 years. And hey, these bags are just, they're awesome. So here we are with a 30-year bag. And I've had this one, I think, for almost 2 years. Maybe, I think it might have been almost 3 years. I think it's almost 2 though. So this is the 3.0. And what he was saying about that particular one, look, I don't believe they sent that bag to him with that pebble look that he indicated. I doubt it. This bag is so, the best way I could say is clean. Now, if I were to go in here, and I've carried this a few times, if I were to go into this bag and looked deeper to see whether or not they cleaned the inside of the bag. I mean, I just never, that's not my thing. I want to make sure that the bag on the inside um is sewn together well and put together well, but I don't really look for the cleanness of it. Maybe I should start, because most of the part we're looking to see if it has that standard setup, depending on what size that bag is and so forth. But if you all have not checked out anything from the all weather leather collection, whether it be on the secondhand market, you finding a vintage bag, or if you're looking for something up to date, I suggest that you go ahead and get you something. These bags are currently marked down a little bit on Dooney.com. So head on over there. They do have a few silhouettes. What I have noticed with this particular collection is they have not really added too much to it since they dropped it a few years ago. Now I need to put my stuff in all right back in here to keep this shape. But I like the 3.0. I really do. There are some ladies in the YouTube verse that have gotten some of the bags. I don't recall their names, but you can definitely put it in your search. Hey, Mrs. Q, how are you doing today? Well, I hope. And so, yeah, this is why I'm thoroughly in love with the all weather leather / pebble grain. Honestly, I've seen that inconsistent, strange layer of pebbling on some Dooney bags before. You have? I'm blessed not to have seen that. Luxury for sure. Thanks for making us aware of this torture and approval of DNB. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome, Latina. You know, I don't know. Now, I can tell you this because I had to figure it out for myself. What is the difference between the all-weather leather versus just the pebble grain? And there is a lot more smoothness, but I believe they're still going to be resistant to water. I really do believe that. I don't really see, I don't know, I don't really see the huge difference. Like this one, this particular pebble grain is more of the recent unboxing of sorts, I guess, of their pebble grain. This is a bag that I purchased probably 2 years ago as well. Probably. And this is a Halle saddle bag. But you can see, as far as that texture, and I'm bringing it as close to the camera as possible, you can see that texture here with the pebble or the all-weather leather versus that texture, the pebble grain here of that. It's a little bit softer. It's not as sturdy as this one. And even going back to my 30-year bag, but I really put in some time with this. It's really supple. It's not really stiff, like of course something that I have yet to carry, and just the way that that pebble grain looks. And I pulled out some of my favorite pebble grain items because I just really love pebble grain. I cannot knock it. I love the way that color comes or is shown or comes out. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So this is my side pocket double, what is it? Double side pocket um bag. I really wish I had multiple colors of this because I love how wide this bag is. And the way that red just comes with this. And then you could check out this pebble. This one was one of the older pebble grains before they kind of updated it. And from what one fellow YouTuber shared, it's all about how many times they like allow it to tumble to really capture that pebble look. I don't know. I can listen to it and I can agree, but it may not be true. But this, I just love how colors come out. I keep saying come out. Just the result of the colors in the pebble grain. I just love that. And I probably should have brought all my yellow bags out here because I didn't realize what I was doing. I had to pull out this. This is a bag that's currently, this silhouette is on sale. This color is not available, but this is in mustard in the pebble grain. So this was like the pebble grain of 2020 when they released this particular silhouette. And then this pebble grain, which is still the same color, it looks the same. It looks the same. I think more so it was because they switched from the leather patch back to the plated hardware. Who knows? But I definitely love this. And I pulled this out because this one is priced. This particular silhouette, it only has 3 colors right now. I Love Dooney for their 4th of July sale. We're going to go and dive into that momentarily. But they do have this available, this silhouette. I probably need to do this a little bit better. It is stuffed, but it could be stuffed better. I love this bag. I haven't carried it. Didi Bean, whenever you watch this, yes, there are several bags that I haven't carried. I forgot about them. And I actually thought about a yellow bag the other day, and I was just like, where are my bags? I didn't remember where it was. So I'm still trying to keep myself organized. And then of course, this one is an older pebble leather, pebble grain leather bag, which is the Millie. I took the straps off and was using it solely as my small leather good or my wallet. Love it. And I've carried it and it's gotten supple as well. So y'all, I don't know. I don't know how many I have, but I have a lot. Hey, Kelty Pleasures. I think it's solely based on the tannery they get the leathers from. Henry's leathers are made at the tannery that LV owns. Henry's leather, it feels much thicker than the current PG Dooney uses. Okay. And that's a leather or a particular brand that I still have not gotten. I'm pacing myself, y'all. I'm pacing myself. It's whatever is just thrown in my face on a regular. And I know that some of you all have gotten a Henry bag. One day I will. One day I will. It's just, I think it's just really about the colors that just really pop for me and will encourage me to purchase. But I love pebble grain. I really do. Some people feel that it is, oh, you did a review of it last week or earlier this week. I will definitely check that out. Definitely check that out. There are, let's see, because I was trying to go back to where, yeah, pebble grain can be heavy for some people. It really can. It's not going to be as heavy as Florentine. It's not for me. I think and that's why I love the handbag community, because we have so many similarities to the point that we are very intentional about really truly what works for us. We're not on the bandwagon of just doing it because somebody else did it. If it works for us, we work with it. If it does not, then we are honest about that, and we say that we're not going to do it. So yeah, I love that. Hey, now I don't want to say your name wrong, but I truly remember you. We're just gonna call you Fun. Hey, thank you for coming on in. I'm so happy that you subbed with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will return. I will return the favor. Um, but yeah, pebble grain is my favorite. And I just think about all of my pebble grain bags and just how I love the way that they feel on my shoulder and or just in my hand. The majority of my LCLGs, now that I think about it, I believe they are pebble grain. I just gravitate towards them because of the way that they take the color. That's the way I want to say it. The way that they take the color in pebble grain, like this yellow, and I have what is this? The shimmy, I think it's shimmy. The shimmy color, mustard. I have dandelion. I have something else. My mom has a lemon color bag. I just love the way you can really see the difference in the yellows. Not to say you wouldn't in Florentine or anything like that, but I just, whew, yeah, I could talk about pebble grain all day. I really can. And it does take that daily abuse. Look now, the great comparison that I have is this all weather leather bag. You can see, and I have mentioned several times on my channel that I'm going to clean this and so forth. But I actually just love looking at the many years that this bag has endured everything. Look at the little tassels, not knowing that here now we're dealing with, I don't think I have anything out here with bigger size tassels. I just, and just looking at how it patinaed over time, looking at the strap, looking at the brass hardware. This is some straight up hardware. Like, oh my goodness. And even with this has some significant wear where it has dented. I don't know what I did, but hey, it's just beautiful. Look at the duck. The duck has a little scratch on it, but hey, it's still ducking. It is still here. It's just, that's why I love pebble grain. That's why I love all weather leather. What vintage bag are you searching for, Latina? Yeah, are you searching for something? Oh, you're not saying you're asking. Okay, let's see. Um, I know there is a vintage bag. I'm gonna come back to you on that one because I know it is. They're resilient like the vintage Coach leathers. Yeah, the vintage Coach leathers they're it. Oh, for fun. Yeah, which bag are you searching for? Because it's just, I don't know, but let me get off of that because I'll stay here all day talking about AWLs and PGs. We're just gonna give you the acronym or the letters for that. So we got the summer sale that's happening. Summer sale has been going on. We've had several different ones. However, this one, I think you may want to pay attention to some of the items that currently being sold on ILD. And what I said ILD, yeah, that's it. Making sure that I'm staying here. Let me make this a little bit bigger, take myself off the screen because you don't want to look at me, you want to look at these bags. So one of the first things is a summer steal shop. You can definitely head over to this particular tab and it will take you over to 55 items that are currently on sale. You can get them. Some of this stuff was on the everyday, not the everyday. I want to say it was everyday deal. I believe some of them, but let me not say that because I could definitely be wrong. These prices, if you are looking to go ahead and get started with your Christmas shopping for crossbodies, this is a pretty good sale right now. We talking about steels. The Rosy crossbody, $62. This pebble grain tote, if you love totes like I do, that price point of $129 is good for this size. I believe every last one of these. Let me tell you, this chevron hobo right here is to me to die for. And they did initially have it out with the black and white that was on sale, but now you have the I think this is fuchsia, and then let me not make up colors. Yeah, fuchsia and navy. Beautiful. $99 for a hobo. Y'all, that hobo size is nice and roomy when you turn it to the side and you get that triangular shape. And it's just that strap. I love that thin strap. You all, this is, look at all these pop-ups. Now, he didn't even go to I Love Dooney. But yeah, that bag is priced at $99. That's definitely a steal. Regularly priced at $298, so you saving over $200. The Greta tote is a good deal for $105. The Wayfarer drawstring, when I tell you $99, if you missed that bag being priced at $99 last year, it was the bag of the month during the summer. I think it was last June. You definitely can still get this bag. It doesn't have those beautiful colors like the Kelly green, the yellow, and I think it was just hot pink or pink. But you do still have some cute colors. You have the red. You have, I believe this, is this the khaki? Let me go into, no, taupe, red, and the navy. They're going to be priced at 90, actually $96.85. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Don't tell me it's 99, but the price over here says 96.85. So yeah. And I think I did go in my, okay. So actually, it probably is under the steals, but once you put, let me put it in my cart. Let me put the red one in my cart. The red one is $105.75. This is confusing. The navy is cheaper. So hopefully they'll give it to you for the $96.85 versus the $99. And I need them to take out or take off as much as possible. You have the slim crossbody that's similar to the Lexi, that's similar to some other ones. Its price is $79. I think that's a cute little bag for a preteen. We have the Bryce hobo, which I do love that particular hobo as well. What's the difference with this one in comparison to the previous chevron hobo? It's the strap, and just even like the little cut to the bag here. It's a little bit different. This is a little bit rounder, but that strap is a twisted strap, and it's thin. It's not thick. And yeah, $109. Get this in that beautiful mustard. Oh my gosh. Woo. Or spearmint, $109. If y'all like hobos like I do, go ahead and get that. I will put in the chat. I'm going to see if I can post the link to I Love Dooney right now in the chat so that you can utilize that for your purchases, because this is a really good sale that's happening over at ILD. Let's see. I recently got my hands on the Saffiano crossbody drawstring. Love it, love it, love it. $109, really good deal. Let's see. And for those parents, those grandparents, you're doing your summer traveling, you need something cute, functional, and light. A light carry crossbody. They have dropped all of these different nylon items. Get you one, please, because you're not going to have all of the stress that you would carrying a heavier bag. Nylon is the best thing to do in the summertime. So you have this nylon crossbody priced at $75. I actually carried my Pouchette yesterday. I have it in red. Yeah, this is, I think with this cold, steels is not the way to go right now. The cold steels, I think if you put in fireworks, these prices are actually cheaper. So let's get out of summer steals because they trying to steal some more money that I didn't want to give up. So let's go over to the fireworks code that you will be putting in for the July sale and see. Once you come over here, you still see steals as a code. It's kind of crazy, y'all. But what I will tell you is what that is crazy to me is that the Plumes collection has made way over here. It must not be selling, or they may have a great stock of these bags, but look at this price point. $159.90 for a newly released collection. This collection dropped probably around what, the end of March. I think it was maybe March, April. Come on. It's already marked down. Beautiful colors. $159.90. You can't beat that right now. I think this is just a wonderful, wonderful bag to get. Let's see. You have the camera bag. So I don't have the camera bag in this particular Pebble Grain. However, I just showed you my 3.0. Same thing as a camera bag. I prefer the one that I have because of the strap. But the strap here is detachable, so you can put a different type of strap on there. However, I do like this as well. It is a light carry. It's not heavy. $85 under the code steals. So you don't use fireworks on this one. Even though it came up under fireworks, the July sale, yeah. So many items to choose from. But I did put my link, my affiliate link for you to shop through. It's a lot. It is a lot, y'all. I think it's over 2,000 bags. So it's probably their whole inventory of bags on ILD that's currently up for on sale. If you love the Russell, the medium Russell bag, it's still under 200. I have seen this bag be cheaper, but if you want it, I think you should get it. Beautiful bag for work. The medium, you still could take that as an overnight bag or as your accessories bag or whatever way you want to carry it. Hey, reimagine the carry and do it. I think this is a good price point as well. Let me go to my comment section. All right. I'm going to come back to you, Fun, and answer this particular question. Yeah, I'm going to come back to you on that one. Okay. The color red is gorgeous. You've seen DB on shopping networks. What do you think of those? And are they the same as the retail Dooney bags? Oh, yeah, we got to, before I continue with this, with everything, I think I need to address your questions. I wish the strap on Bryce was on that. Oh, Chevron Hobo. I really don't like that strap. I love the Chevron Hobo strap, but that Bryce, it did do something to me. It really did. That particular strap. I agree. I would love to see it on there too, just to give you a variety. I'm very surprised the Plumes is on ILD already. Yes, I think they really need to sell their collection. A lot of people don't really gravitate towards Dooney.com for shopping because they really don't believe that sales happen, or if they're going to happen as frequent as others or as ILD. Really, to just to be honest, a lot of people don't go there, so they're trying to really pull people in, but at the same time get this inventory out, because I think there have been a lot of people to put it in their carts, but they probably haven't purchased because they're waiting for this particular sale. So that's just my thought process. I could be totally wrong with that, but I think that's probably what they were going with. So let me go back to Fun and answer your questions. What do I want to see? Let me go back to that. What do I want to see DB do in the future? I'm trying to go back to your exact question. I believe that's what you were referring to. Yes. What would I like to see from DB in the future? I think they're already starting to do it, and that's to drop some really colorful, artistic pieces from the Art Deco to the plumes. I just love the colors. I love seeing the variety in that. One thing that I know that's not gonna happen, because I've been watching different houses, luxury brands, and their fashion shows, and I saw Coach. I'm not a Coach hater, y'all. I'm really, really not. But what they're doing, I wish Dooney would do their own fashion show of sorts. Bring out, let everybody know, hey, we do have shoes. We do have various items. Um, I think it could be done in such an eclectic way that it would definitely gravitate people to the brand. Um, but I really truly would love them to bring back some of their iconic pieces for their 50th. I'm hoping that that's what they will do. And I think that a lot of people will come out and be like, really excited about the emergence of those particular items. Some like the guitar strap. They bring that guitar strap back with even more colors and so forth. I'm going to find a third job to get every last one of them because that's an iconic piece um, that I think just really should have just stayed around for a long time. But it could have been, and I just missed it. Let's see. You've also been shopping and okay, so shopping networks. If you're talking about like QVC, the Home Shopping Network, is it HSN? I don't think they carry any Doonies anymore. I think they stopped a couple of years ago. And it was right after the pandemic started because I was looking for a bag on there. But however, QVC, they do have a strong partnership with Dooney and Burke. They will drop exclusives solely to QVC. That is an extremely legit site. Anything else I'm not knowledgeable about. I have seen some stuff overseas that was portrayed on YouTube, and once I called them out, that really just they deleted that altogether. So I haven't seen them because I was like, that's not a Dooney. What are y'all talking about? Do they have a special factory that only cater to that particular culture of people that they just create those bags? I never knew that, but when I called them out, they just stopped. So anywho, QVC is the only one that I can think of off the top of my head. There may be some others. If you were to go on eBay, I Love Dooney does have their own site on the on eBay, so that's legit. Sometimes you'll see these wonderful sales on ILD.com, but then you'll go on over to eBay and it may be $5-10 cheaper. Go over there, free shipping, or whatever the way that they have it all marked up. So yeah, those are definitely legit. Let's see. You said you need some more pouches. Hey, can never have enough pouches. And Dooney is offering the free shipping now. Yes. Y'all, I hope they do not go up past 119 because back in the day it was cheaper than that. I mean, I think when I was getting my bags, it was $99. And I think at one point it was probably under that where you would get free shipping. But I really hope that they don't go past 119. Hopefully that's the cutoff. I heard Dooney boat shoes are not really nice and comfortable. Let me tell you, they got to be. My mom has a pair of boat shoes that she's had since I want to say 99. And she'll pull them out every now and then. And I get so mad because before my foot got bigger going through puberty, I wore those shoes one time and they were like just I was gliding on the floor. I have not even thought back to purchase some more. I think I did, and then I just like most of the time I talk myself out of it and I just don't do it. But yeah, they are comfortable. They are comfortable. Okay, you say you got a pair in your cart right now, just hesitant to hit checkout because of the reviews saying the size is a half to one size larger. They are. They are. So if you wear a size 8, you do need to Let's see, because I'm trying to remember. I think my mom's shoe was an 8.5. Or do they even have halves? Like I said, this was back in some time. I got to ask her about that. But I know there was something. Yeah, I do agree with you. There was something dealing with the size of them. I just can't remember. I really can't. Um, so yeah, hopefully we can help you figure that one out. I was thinking HSN bags were a little inferior, like an outlet version or versus a retail version. And it really could be. You know, when you think about like some of the bags that I saw, I'm trying to think, I never purchased anything on HSN from Dooney and Burke. I did other stuff on there. Um, the way that they kind of demonstrated the bags looked kind of like not necessarily off, but it wasn't enough to just encourage me to purchase the bag like QVC. But the bags are legit. They are legit. And like how Tanner Leatherstein broke this down, I don't know if it's a strategy. In my mind, it's a strategy as to the higher quality bags that passed inspection, that looks absolute superb. Whoever was the person that put it together, this is a bag that needs to go over here to QVC. Boom. Ooh, you missed the stitching here. It's not tight here. The leather isn't pulled really nice. Or how Tanner was saying that the back of that bag was, the leather wasn't connecting smoothly. So maybe we'll ship this over here and put that on IOD. Then we got a bag that, oh wow, it looks good, but the coloring, I don't know what was going on with the machine that day. We're gonna send all those to duty.com. That's the way that I believe that this is how it happens. I have never been to the warehouse. I have never been to I hadn't been to Connecticut like that. And so that's just the way I think about things. Like when you watch videos about how manufacturing is done, whether it's just a mom and pop brand or if it's a luxury brand, you get to kind of, in my mind, picture how does Dooney and Burke handle all of what they do. And so that's just the way that I take it. And case in point, I don't have the bag near me, but I did showcase it on DD Bean's channel. When initially the outlet stores, when they came about, outlet stores were primarily, and I remember the salesperson telling me at that moment that all the irregular bags were being sold at the outlet. So those that just, like I said, the stitching wasn't right, or something just did not come together in the crafting of the bag, the tag would be in there. So when they inspected the bag and it didn't pass the inspection fully, they would cut that tag, that Dooney and Burke tag, and I have it over here. They cut it and then they will sell it as is at the outlet store. Outlet stores don't do that anymore, from what I know. They have like the sample table. I don't know if they still cut the tags anymore, but it's just different now. Got to be in it. And I think everybody has a story when it comes down to how these bags are presented or sold, or what they've purchased as well. The Pebble Grain Regatta ones in the blue. Okay, those are the shoes. It seems QVC gets some styles exclusive to them, and they do before they pop up on ILD or Dooney. Right now they have the two new Florentine bags, the McKenzie and Denny. And then like I'm requesting in my mind that they bring back some old ones. So what they do on QVC, they will bring some bags from their Dooney vault. They've done that several times over the last, I'll say at least 2 to 3 years. And it may have been longer than that. I just know the way they've been advertising it as such. And so, yeah, they will definitely bring back some older bags. I like how they combine two bags. Like you have, I like to say like the Tilton and I forgot another bag, but like the Sloan and the Tilton came together and had Randy. That's the way that I see that bag. Like you took certain elements from the Tilton, and certain elements from Sloan, and you produced Randy. That's the way I see it, y'all. Call me crazy, whatever. But I like how they do that. Yes, cutting the inside serial label. Yep. Hey, Katie White. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. So yeah, there's a lot going on there with the way that bags are marketed and made and produced and sold. And I just love learning all about this and experiencing this, because at the time I didn't think too much of it, but I'm happy that I at least experienced it enough to be able to convey all of that to you now. And there's still a whole lot that I don't know. It's still a whole lot that I have yet to experience. If you all participated in my trivia week of Dooney and Bourke's history, I learned a lot. I had to do my research, of course, and find out information. I am still looking to gather more solid information about Dooney and Bourke and just what they have done and continue to do. I'm excited about something I know nothing about, and that's the anniversary coming up. So we'll see what happens there, but you all just continue to look out on QVC, on ILD, or ilovedooney.com, as well as dooney.com, as well as eBay, as well as some of the secondhand markets, because there are a lot of people that are selling their bags. They are selling. I am not that person. I'm not that person to sell. I haven't grown towards that yet. I like collecting and looking at these beautiful pieces, art pieces. And so, yeah, that's where I am with that. And I just love hearing and gaining information. Like when Anita dropped her channel and started showcasing her collection and some of the things that I think that she's had in her archives of collected, I was just like, I didn't know that existed. Or wow, finally somebody has shown that bag. I know I've seen pictures, but wow, this is a live view of this bag. So I just love everybody coming through and sharing their iconic collection, because y'all, we have an iconic collection. We truly do. Don't take that lightly at all. But if there's not any more questions for today, y'all, I have enjoyed this. Thank you, Tanner Leatherstein, for breaking down the truth of the matter of what we know about Dooney and Bourke, all weather leather, pepper grain. We know this. Anita, if you're able to drop your link, let me see, to your channel, so Fun can subscribe to you. Wonderful. And I just go ahead and give y'all a heads up because July is like after tomorrow, right? For July, Anita's favorites will be one of my special guests. I'm so excited about this, as I am with every last one of my guests, because I just really want to have that one-on-one time with all of you. No, I don't want you to have to do that. I want to give you the link now. Hold on, let me pull it up, because I think it's important for us to learn and about each other in the community and support each other's channel. Here we go. I'm about to get to your, and I got off of the page, off the chat. Let me see. Did you get it? Because I just put it in the chat. I don't even know what that is that I just put in the chat. I copied the link. Let me do this other one. I like that one better. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe, support, watch, binge watch, and all that great stuff. Thank you, Latina. Thank you for coming by. I hope to see you on next week. I don't know if I'm gonna, and I say this every week, y'all. Next week is the 4th of July weekend, so we probably won't have a live. It all depends on how bored I am. I may just come through, and then what happens during the week. I'm still working on some wonderful things to come through, and I do intend on doing another trivia. I just enjoyed that. I enjoyed you all's answers. I enjoyed the fact that everybody was trying to figure out what the answers were. But congrats to everybody that participated and those that won. Let me think off the top of my head. We had Katie Scott. We had Candace Williams. We had Simply D and My Pursuit of Happiness. Yes, My Pursuit of Happiness. I don't know what I want to say half time. Ivana, she won. D won. And so those items have been mailed out, y'all. So you all should be receiving those really, really soon. Yeah, don't forget to give me a thumbs up for the video for today, y'all. And like I said, I'm gonna find Tanner as well. Let me share his link. Maybe one day I might try to see whether or not he would like to be a special guest. I don't know, but who knows? If it's in the cards, we'll try to make that happen. But I definitely would love for you to go over to his channel and look at some of the other brands that he has reviewed and, oh my goodness, massacred these bags. But I think it's well worth it because you really want to know, is it worth the price point? Is it worth the sale of me actually spending this money and getting this? So I did just drop his link as well. And yeah, y'all check him out. And I hope I answered all your questions. Let me tell y'all what happened with me this week, and then I'll go ahead and end. This week at my church, I don't know if you all are familiar. Let me, before I even say the word, the acronym. Let me see. What does this, because I'll forget it. I will forget it. I don't remember what this stand for. But anyway, I don't have to tell you all that detail. Just know that this week at my church, we had a week-long camp, Christian camp. We'll just say that for our youth, our children, our youth. And I taught one of the classes. And when I tell you this group of young minds, we were talking about sin and corruption and just making the right decisions, your moral compass and things of that nature. And they was just answering questions. And they was like maybe 20, 30 kids. And these were little kids. This was the age group of anywhere from maybe 3 to maybe a little bit older than that. But I would say maybe 3 to 8 maybe years old. And so they were answering and raising their hands, and I'm just excited. I'm trying to let each one of them talk because they had something valuable that they wanted to share. And so when the time was up, we had to gather the kids and they had to transition to their next activity. The littlest one approached me. And it reminded me of something that I had seen in a cartoon. And I think I forgot which one. But anywho, the little baby told me that I did not call on her. And I felt so horrible. I was so crushed. I was like, wait a minute, how did I not see you? But she was the littlest one in the bunch. And I don't know how I didn't see her little hand go up. But when I tell you, I thought it was very brave of her and serious of her to come to me to let me know that I didn't do right. She said it, her facial expression just cut me to the core. I was like, oh my gosh, how did I miss you? And I ended up talking to her mom because I wanted to clear that up. It was some days later. I didn't think this little baby went and told her mama. She told her mama. I was like, oh my goodness, no. So I ended up giving her a happy on yesterday. And when I tell you, her face lit up. It went from that face that just cut me to the core to something that she was like, okay, I forgive you for overlooking me. Don't do that again next time, or you're gonna be buying me something else. But it was really, really, really sweet that she was brave to come and share that with me. And so I encourage you all to listen to the little babies and acknowledge them, because they have something to say. And that baby really truly had something that she wanted to contribute to the discussion. And, you know, listen to your children, your grandchildren, your neighbor, your church member, whomever. Listen to them. They do have a voice. They do have something meaningful in regard to their experience. No matter the lens, they do have an experience that they must share. And we have to be actively involved in having empathy and compassion and listening to children, and not just summing up their world to the way that we see it. We see it from an adult's lens. I often attempt to go back to my childhood and remember what was the lens that I saw everything in. And when I tell you the world was big, the world was safer, the world was loving. And now in this world as an adult, I don't see that. So I think the kids see it like that too. No, they see it from the child's lens. And so let them talk, let them share, embrace them, love them, apologize to them, let them know that you make mistakes too and that you're not perfect. Because I tell you, I worked really hard to make sure that that baby knew that, oh, I'm so sorry. I did not intentionally do that to you. That was not my goal at all. I wanted to reach every child and allow them to be who they are and speak up for themselves. That baby comes, I think she's coming from really great foundation to come up to a total stranger. One, she didn't know me from a can of paint, but she said, and she was very polite with it. She said, I raised my hand, but you didn't call on me. I'll never forget that. I will never forget it. But like I said, she was brave and she was intentional. She was like, I'm going to let you know about yourself. Don't do that again. And so, yeah, listen to your children, listen to them, let them share, and you can learn a whole lot. That's why I wanted those kids to talk. I was like, okay, cool. Let me not give them the spiel that I was going to give them. Let me see what their idea of things is. And it was pretty cool, pretty cool. So that's my last little thing. Yeah, I think it did. But I tell you, when I made sure that I cleaned that up, and I didn't want her to think that I was a liar either, because I told her I was going to bring her something. And the other funny thing is, she saw the bag in my hand. I said, do you remember me? Because we never exchanged well, I didn't really exchange names with her. And I didn't even know the little girl's name. But I asked her, I said, do you remember me? Was I supposed to do something for you today? And she told me. I said, oh my goodness, look at this little thing. Look at her. So she's going to be my new best friend, y'all. She's going to be my new best friend. But you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Stay out that heat. I can't express to you all wherever you are. And I think across this country, it's hot everywhere. I mean, whew. And if it's raining, I pray that it's no storms, no dangerous storms in your way. Physically, no dangerous storms or no spiritual storms that you're going through at all. I pray that all is well with each and every last one of you all. If you believe in the same God as I do, great. If you don't, still great. I'm still praying for you. But y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will see you all soon. Maybe in one of my impromptu lives this week. Y'all take care. Bye.